Why Allison Holker says Steven, tWitch boss, wasn't the same mentally after ayahuasca trip. Allison Holker says her late husband, Steven, tWitch boss, after was no longer joyful after he embarked on an ayahuasca trip. Allison Holker is thinking about some moments from her final years with late husband, Steven, tWitch boss, differently now. The 36-year-old elaborated on a passage from her new memoir This Far, My Story of Love, Loss, and Embracing the Light, in which she considers the changes she saw in Steven, who died by suicide in December 2022, at the age of 40. The 36-year-old elaborated on a passage from her new memoir This Far, My Story of Love, Loss, and Embracing the Light, in which she considers the changes she saw in Steven, who died by suicide in December 2022, at the age of 40 after he embarked on an ayahuasca trip. After host Jamie Kern-Lima reads Allison's words back to her that he wasn't the same afterwards and was no longer joyful or generous, she declared that the experience was a very big turning point for the Ellen DeGeneres show star. I feel like his heart was never really in the same place when he came back. She reflected on the February 4th episode of the Jamie Kern-Lima show. He could still find joy and he could still go day-to-day putting on his face and getting through the days. But there was something missing in his eyes. The So You Think You Can Dance alum who shared kids Wesley, 16, Maddox, 8, and Zaya, 5. With Steven added that, it just kind of feels like he opened something up for himself. But he never fully healed and never fully escaped. Allison also looked back on deep conversation that the couple, who was married for 9 years, had after reaching the peak of a picturesque hike together during a trip to Hawaii that she's reconsidering now. It was so beautiful, and we were having this big discussion about life and death, and how beautiful it is, she recalled, and how we don't believe that after you die that's the end of everything, that you could cross into another life, or that you could cross into another path or another future, and that you could find that love again in another lifetime. We had what I thought was this beautiful discussion about life after. Allison went on. I was like, wow, we're so deep. Allison's revelations about her late husband, including that he spent recklessly on drugs and left her with a $1 million tax bill after his death, haven't been without controversy. But the dancer has been resolute about her decision to share her side of the story, even if it paints a less rosy picture of the DJ's life. I will always celebrate Steven, she shared. I think he was a wonderful person, and I'm really sad what he went through. But I also have to be careful, because I can't celebrate so much of his choice. That's a really fine line I have to walk as a mother right now. Allison added, because they are very hurt by their father's decision